All right, Coach Lindland. Today it's kind of fun watching you go over some gut wrenches. I heard you say a few things a lot of times, but just kind of want to get your thought. What is a gut wrench in Greco and Freestyle the same thing? Are there intricacies that are different? What is there more importance in one style or not?
Well, I think the threat of having a lift always available to you, and in freestyle you really don't have that option as easily because guys just grab your legs and stop your lift. But knowing that the threat of picking a guy up off the bat, he drives back, he's helping you bring him up in the air. So I mean you got to learn how to create the right pressure and get more points of contact on the guy. A lot of our athletes sometimes they have like one acute point that they're really focusing on instead of opening up their whole chest or at least from center to here. But what you see is a lot of guys going right here, this one acute like really hard point instead of creating a lot more surface. And depending on your abilities on doing that, I mean I can get my whole chest across. And some guys can only get at least half, but you need half of your chest on that guy to create pressure. Gravity's your friend. You're driving straight down. You're on top, so you got gravity working on your side. So it's pretty simple, but having that threat available of if you don't go, I'm going to lift you. I think helps your gut wrenches work more in Greco-Roman. I mean, just by nature of developing that, I guess, and knowing what's available to you. But I know if a guy brings his hips up in freestyle, I mean, I've got a lace ankle, I got a crotch lift, I've got a bunch of different turns available to me there as well. So I just think it's different principally. But I remember watching Slay. He had an incredible gut wrench for freestyle. He had good pressure, and he just kept driving with his legs, powerful lock, lots of good pressure. So I mean, we've seen some freestyle guys have really good gut wrenches as well.
You kept talking about combinations.
Well, combinations, having a threat on both sides, threatening the lift with the gut. If he defends my gut, I go to my lift. If he defends my lift, I go to my gut. And once you score, the available opportunity doesn't present itself very long, but right after you execute your turn, I mean, I think we hear this in all styles, it's like, when's the best time to score? Right after you score. When's the best time to score? Right after he scores. He's still thinking about the last score, even if it's for a split second, and you're already executing your next turn, whether it's a gut or a lift. I don't think it matters. I just think it matters the pattern that you've already established in your repertoire of attacks. And the more attacks you have and the more combinations you have, if I've got a nice high gut here, I got a high gut. If he brings his hips up and defend it, I'll switch to a low lift. He defends my low lift, I go gut lift. I mean, just having multiple different chains to go to, but certainly combination is after I score again. So I think that's the message I was trying to get across to these guys was don't settle for just a 2-point gut. If you can turn them once, you can turn them again.
How important is being able to score in parterre?
Well, with the rule sets this year, 2017, I don't know if it was as important, but
How come?
well, they didn't have any forced parterre.
Gotcha.
But I still think if you take a guy down, the best time to score is the parterre position. You had a huge advantage. Where's the lines of defense? They're all right here. Where's the guy on parterre? He's behind you. So your traditional lines of defense, hands, heads, hips, all this stuff in front of your body is not available to you when a guy's behind you. So, and you can lock your hands, and you got gravity, and you can drive with your legs, and you can pin him into the mat, and you stop his movement. So I think it's such an advantage. I just think it's a very distinct advantage. I think they considered, last year taking that forced parterre out because maybe it's too big an advantage, and we've seen our sport decline in excitement and fan appeal because nobody was creating action on their feet, and they were all waiting for that parterre availability because it is such an advantage position.
Anything else on gut wrenches?
On gut wrench,
Yeah.
get your lock, create pressure, stop his movement, and execute your technique.